click on people. Okay, that should be fine.
I'm surprised how few characters a lot of people picked.
Yeah,
Like just two.
just two, I think, is a bit of an outlier. You know, there's a good kind of cross section of who people are willing to play. You know, I even see a couple of monks in there. I see an active I want to play monk in there.
Okay, I was reading it wrong. So it's the grayed out ones are the I'm willing to play.
Yes, and
it's only the lit up ones that I want to play. Okay,
yes.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and they're color coded as well. So green is I want to play, and then yellow and slightly transparent is I'm willing to play. I'm willing to suffer through is the way I like to think of it. Oh, I still have the old page up, actually. Let me refresh that. Jack does still have the overall pick, but it does randomize that little thing. But it's still pulling the old name for some reason. I know why. And then I refreshed it again because I'm good.
Randomize it again.
See, now I've got to keep randomizing it until it points at Jack again. There we go. Alright, yeah, so sorry, Heather. Heather had to drop out, so Progress is drafted in for her.
Who do you think you go for? I mean, it seems like
for the first overall pick, it's got to be one of probably Maya or Goof.
Right.
I think those are probably who we're going to see go 1-2. You have Naaman in there as well, though. So, yeah, you know what? Any of the three of them, to be honest, could go first overall. It'll be kind of interesting to see. No, on you go.
I was just gonna say, you know, we had some debates internal of like the disadvantage of picking second and whether it really is a disadvantage if there are like three racers that are, you know, you obviously like there's like a dividing line after them, right?
Yeah.
I think there's an argument like if it's easy to pick out three that could be potential top picks, that this is that kind of draft. Oh wait, did nobody pick Eli that they wanted to play?
To actively play, I imagine not. There's a couple of willing, but no, I actively want to play, which is fair.
Willing to or want to play monk, but I have a feeling they're gonna get. They may or may not regret that.
Yeah, that seems like a flawed decision.
To be your team's monk player, if that's
yeah, exactly. Know. It's kind of one of these things. I mean, you could get yourself like kind of a guaranteed slot on one of these teams. I mean, everyone in the teams will be racing, but
right.
You can. I keep thinking of this as a like, okay, if this was hockey, how would it go down? But that obviously doesn't apply. I'm just being dumb.
No, I mean, I get like, so if we had like a pool of like 50 racers signing up, you have way more interest in putting down monk.
Yeah.
No, you know, if you don't know that you'll get on. Hoping that nobody would sign up for monk and that like there would just be a huge hole on one team, and then my volunteering for monk would get taken up on. But I guess it's hard if I'm commentating.
Yeah, exactly. You're here. I'm not letting you out of here. I don't even know if that's a permission you can do in Discord. Cannot leave voice channel.
Well, I can leave my headphones if I have to.
You could leave IRL. Alright, it looks like...
Yeah, hopefully work is okay with this.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, looks like we have our first pick.
Go ahead.
It looks like Jackie Games is going to be picking Maya first overall. So not a bad selection at all. Let me just pick Maya, and there you can see Maya now up in Jack's team. So Maya representing red team. So Spoody's pick going to be up next. In fact, Spoody's picks. Sorry, so draft order is going to be Jack, Spoody with 2, Jack with 2, and then Spoody, and then that repeats, and then repeats again, and then I'm pretty sure it goes Spoody Jack for the last 2.
I have no idea, but that sounds right.
Para, that was Alexi. Put this together. Alright, Spoody making 2 picks here. Let me find people. So Spoody, with his first pick, is going to take Goof, and with his second pick, is going to take Civ. So,
yeah, Civ was... I was going to say Civ is a pretty interesting pick, because Civ has some really great PBs.
Yeah, and, you know, is actively wants to do Mary and Nocturna. And we saw in Nocturna, you know, Civ pretty fast with Nocturna, and I believe Civ is the... Well, we have Civ, Maya, and Pants as the 3 people who actively want to play Mary. So I imagine we're going to... I imagine we would see Civ versus Maya and Mary.
I don't know that has Pants, like...
I think Pants has 2
played a ton
Mary.
of
He
Mary?
has 2 Mary clears, I believe.
I was watching him last night, and I was like... And he got his second Mary clear. After a couple hours of it. So I don't know if I'm on one of these teams, I don't know if I'm picking Pants specifically to play Mary. I might pick him for other reasons.
Yeah, that's fair. Alright, we have Jackie Games next 2 picks, and with the first pick, gonna select Naaman. So Naaman on Team Red, and with the second pick, I'm gonna go for Steak. So teams starting to get a little bit full. Still the early run-ins, but Maya, Naaman, and Steak on Team Jack. Goof and Civ on Team Spoody. And Spoody will have one more pick here. And then we'll be going through our fun little order again. It was only 4 hours. Well, come on. Oh, Pants.
Oh, only 4 hours, yeah. Well, we made some great memories, Pants, and some great clips.
Oh, God,
Did you see that one?
No, I didn't. I need to.
Alright, I'll send it to you.
Please do. I shall watch that as soon as I can. Alright, I can see the blue team, Team Spoody, in their voice chat. I imagine all deliberating who they want to pick next. And it's going to be Revelize. That is a strong pick right there. The top half of this draft is pretty stacked. It's kind of crazy.
I was trying to think about this pick, because I feel like this is where it starts to get a little difficult, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have people who are just, like, generally really good at the game, but you're not sure, like... You have to start thinking about how they fit into your character order, right? And who you're having each...
Yeah, it's a really, like, you gotta sit down and think really hard about... You know, you're picking these players, and they could just be good players, but it's important to think about where are you going to be assigning them. Yes, Pirates. 1, 2, 2, 1, repeat. Alright, Jack with his next pick is going to select Hypershock. So,
does Hypershock have a lot of... I haven't really looked at his PVs.
And neither have I, but I believe Hypershock is one of these players who's probably better at speedrunning than racing. Still a decent racer by all measures. But from what I remember, the last time I checked out his PBs, you know, a good, well-rounded player.
Gotcha. Let me see.
Alright, so Spoody now with 2 picks.
Picking for Monk.
He said he wants to run Monk. Fair enough.
Is I'm wondering. So if you're trying to fill the monk hole, I mean, you have Biggie and you have Hyper who have signed up to do it.
Exactly. It kind of means like, oh, okay, you're gonna play monk, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Now we will have.
Don't know like what the.
No,
Go ahead.
No, after you.
Well, I'm thinking about it like a fantasy sports draft or something, right? So like, if there are two people who are gonna do it, like, you're not gonna draft both of them, probably.
Yeah.
What you're gonna draft one, and the other guy's gonna draft the other, and so like, if they're not that different in skill, then you don't really need to do it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
This early in the draft. So I'm skeptical. Like if that's the rationale, if I want to fill the monk.
Just as you were about to say it again, I read what Fraxtal said in chat, and you know what? Yeah. Please don't.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Exactly. You're filling the monk's slot.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. I'll see. The way that I can think about this making sense is if Jack wants to pick Biggie for something else.
Yeah.
Know who's going to play monk on Team Spooty? I mean, a lot of people like can play monk in a pinch, but
I think it certainly helps if you have someone who kind of actively wants to play them, because and like, you know, bunch of skilled players in this draft, and I'm sure they could play monk, but if you have someone who actively wants to do monk in this, then they're probably pretty good. They've probably developed a bit of a speciality.
Maybe, I don't know. I want to play monk. I don't know that I'm all that good at monk, but like, I know that I enjoy monk more than like 95% of racers. So like yeah, I'll play monk.
Exactly.
But I don't know if
you know.
I don't know if I'm a good pick, right?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right. So Spooty's next two picks are going to be Cyber and Biggie Mac.
I think those are good picks. I think there's a certain point where you're just like, I just want to get the best players, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's who, like, where Spooty wants to put people in the character order. Cyber does, other than Cadence.
Yeah, going to be interesting to see the assignments. Jack has his next two picks already and is going to pick Tufufo and Progus.
Strong set of general racers that I don't know what they do. One thing that I was thinking about in terms of strategy, so I was looking up Cyber's PBs, and he's like 6th on all characters amplified, right?
He's pretty good. He's played this game.
But not everybody does all characters.
Yeah.
Might make sense to target people who have all characters clears. Because I think what you want to avoid is just dying, right? Like,
yes, you want to avoid dying.
A lot of these. And if you know you have people who can do that in a run, that counts. You know.
Yeah, a lot of this is thinking about consistency over actual race speed, because it's a lot of pressure. You're in a best of one situation.
I want the fastest, like, diamond player, for example. I want the diamond player who is not going to die.
Yeah,
and you know, also won't take 10 minutes, but like. You know.
Yeah, exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot. Pyra, yeah, you might have roped yourself into a bit of an automatic assignment in terms of who you're playing when you get drafted. Alright. Just waiting on Spooty's next pick.
I think I lean Greemy here.
Yeah, I would say Greemy's probably the next pick. It's I would say probably Greemy for Aria skill. I think if I was drafting, I'd probably be thinking about that. Well, I don't know. Like, Cyber's the only other person on Team Spooty that said I actively want to play Aria. I haven't seen Cyber play a lot of Aria personally. I just know Grimmy's real good.
I think you want Cyber on Dove, probably.
Probably, yeah.
The other option I was thinking is that Taraka is a really good pick on Bolt.
Yes.
your harder characters to like fill, well.
Yeah. Looks like we have Spoody's pick coming up. Cheesy Potato. Spoody gonna pick Cheesy Potato.
Interesting.
So 6 players each and 8 left in the racer pool. Remember, the team captains will also race.
10th on all characters, amplified.
Not
So
too
maybe
shabby.
Spoody is following my my heuristic here.
Possibly, yeah.
Pick the players that can do all characters. It's pretty valuable, right? I mean, if you don't have anybody who can, play, I don't know, Mary well, or Monk, or like, who can fill all the slots possibly is a value.
Absolutely. All right, Jack is going to pick Paratrooper. So I'm sure you'll have fun playing Eli Para. Don't worry.
I think that's an Eli pick. That's a taking care of our Eli.
Likely, yeah. But then again, Jack does already have 3 other players who are willing to play Eli, and the only ones that I suppose the only one in that list that kind of sticks out to me is, you could put on Eli and maybe not miss too much on another character. It's probably tough. I think you want Maya for Mary and Hyper Shock for Dove, or sorry, for Monk.
Duff is a pretty good Bard player, right? Am I remembering that right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I'm really surprised that neither me went out that round.
Neither who went out?
Or Greemy.
Yeah. So, as you can see, a remaining race pool, we have Emu, King Captain, Yami, G-Fiddy, Pans, Grimmy, and Taraka. And it's Team Spiddy on the clock. Alright, Spiddy with the double pick is going to take Yami and Pans.
Alright, I don't really know what Yami has done outside of racing. Let me look him up.
Has selected
No,
would
he's-
actively like to do tempo, so might be a good tempo pick.
Solid PBs on a lot of characters. Nothing that is like obviously better than the rest, aside from maybe 11th on Bard, which is a pretty impressive one. And Pants, right? So I wonder if Pants is going to get on Mary. I think Pants is probably a better
Maybe
pick than
Diamond?
Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose in that situation, if you're Spiddy, you're probably thinking Civ for Mary. I think you probably.
I wonder if Spooty doesn't want to pick Taraka because he's going to play Bolt.
Possibly, yeah. Alright, Jack with the double pick is going to take Grimmy and King Captain. So 3 racers left, Emu, G-Fiddy, and Taraka. And it has kind of gone by order of number of characters you're willing / want to play.
I mean, that makes sense, right?
Mhm.
Somebody who really only is an advantage at one character is a lot more limited in what you can pick.
Yeah, exactly. You have to think about their assignment a lot more.
I don't know what King Captain's advantages are. I'm seeing like 70th on Nocturna as the highest. So I'm curious what Jack's
Maybe just wants kind of a reliable player that can count on to clear a character. Might just be the thinking behind
that
it.
is absolutely valuable.
Exactly. If you're a team captain, being able to turn around and say, I know this person will clear this character, and then I don't have to worry about it.
Necessarily just like PB hunting or whatever. Sorry, he actually has like a 60th on Monk too. So maybe Monk was the thought.
That wouldn't be too
but
bad.
he picked Hypershock. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like 12th on Monk. So
Maybe you're picking Hypershock for Melody? I see Pyra's the only other racer on that team that actively wants to. Lots of willing to.
I realize I'd fallen on Monk now that I'm looking at the leaderboard. Knocked me down.
It's fine, it's Monk. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not a super competitive.
Not exactly. Alright, so we have our final two picks from Spiddy. This is going to take G-Fiddy and Taraka. So that means Emu with the automatic assignment onto Jack's team. And we'll be getting Spiddy's pick for which character is going to be going first. We'll give our team captains a couple of minutes to organise who they want playing what, and then deliberate with their teams and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's it. That's the draft. So Team Spiddy on the left is Goof, Civ, Revelize, Cyber, Biggie Mac, Cheesy Potato, Yami, Pants, G-Fiddy, and Taraka. Team Jacka Games on the right is Maya, Naaman, Steak, Hypershock, Tuffifo, Progus, Para, Grimmy, King Captain, and Emu. So we'll give them a couple of minutes. Swap back over to our little chat overlay screen here.
We get to have the fun debate over who drafted better.
Yeah, exactly.
Which will
This is the couple of weeks before training camp, condensed into a couple of minutes.
I like Team Spooty, to be totally honest.
Yeah, it's
Because
man, it's really tricky to kind of pull them apart, because I look at Jack's team and I look at it being, I feel like Jack's team is more stacked on the upper end with, you know, Maya, Naaman, and Steak, and then you have Tuff in there as well. And in fact, Grimmy I would rate pretty highly.
Yeah, I feel like Jax has like a higher high end, but it's also a little more inconsistent across the board.
Yeah.
Spooty's is pretty strong top to bottom.